the story, the movie, the colors, the characters. But the one character that I fell in love with immediately was Jiminy Cricket, because any 5-year-old would love to have a friend this big you can put in your pocket and carry around and talk. The concept blew my mind. So when I got home that night, for the next couple of weeks, I drove my mother crazy. I couldn't stop talking about Jiminy Cricket. She finally said, "Eddie, please, give me a break. Stop talking about Jiminy, you're driving me nuts." So as a typical 5-year-old, I said, "Okay, but one day I'll meet Jiminy and he'll be my friend." I had no idea how prophetic that was. Years went by, I became an actor in Hollywood, I did television work, voiceover work, everything you can think of, commercials, whatever. And one day my voiceover agent called me and said, "Eddie, Cliff Edwards, the original voice of Jiminy Cricket, passed away some time ago. And Disney's been spending literally about a year and a half to 2 years. They've tried all kinds of people, they just can't find someone who gets the character exactly." So he said, "Do you think you could do it?" What am I going to say, no? I said, "Well, yeah, of course." I hung up the phone, I said, "Oh God, tell me what Jimmy sounds like, please." Because it's been years since I heard him. So anyway, luckily my children at that time were young enough, we had some children's albums, excerpts from movies and things. And there was that one cut from, the excerpt from Pinocchio, the characters on it, where Jimmy said, "Now remember, Pinocchio, always tell the truth, because if you lie, your nose is going to grow." So I listened to the attitude, the behavior, and all of that, and then I really went to work, and I spent weeks working on Cliff's Midwest drawl, that little twang in his voice, dropping the G's. It suddenly became a rare, very, very rarefied thing to make sure that all of that character, the warmth, the quality was always there. Anyway, I auditioned for it. Weeks went by, months went by, and I said, "Well, forget about it." So all of a sudden, overnight, one day I get a call and they said, "I think we finally cut it, but you gotta come in." So I came in, we laid down a track, and then again, weeks went by. I mean, the suspense was driving me nuts. And finally one day they came in and they said, "We want to try 2 new products, 2 new sections of something we're working on right now." Anyway, I went in, we did it, and that became official. And then I started doing all the things that did. Most people don't realize, and there's no reason for them to know, is that the character Jiminy became such an attractive, lovable human being who was wise and brilliant and made you feel like he was his buddy. So he became the ultimate spokesman for everything Disney did. Sing-along films, instructional films, safety films, educational scripts. We did them in Japanese. I went to Japan to help them put a program together to teach little Japanese children to speak English at an early age so they could get rid of that rot or rut, those problems with their language. Then when they went to college and learned English and became salesmen for Toyota and Sony, they went out and spoke perfect, brilliant English. I mean, these people, the concept was wonderful. But being part of that, knowing to this day that there are Japanese walking around today, that in some small way I was able to be a part of them getting a better education. So the fulfillment that I've had from this character over the years has just been absolutely so fulfilling. I cannot tell you, when I get up in the morning and really say I'm one of the luckiest men in the world, I mean that sincerely. For me to have seen something on the screen all those years ago, and for it to have affected me, and for me to be able to have that kind of longevity, through it all. So, when you wish upon a star, your dreams do come true. I'm a living example of saying, one day I'll meet Jiminy Cricket, and he'll be my friend. And it happened, and I did become the very character that I fell in love with. Incidentally, anybody have questions or? I spent 20 minutes doing Jiminy and it was. Gee, I never expected this, you see. I came to play a little violin and hear a guy talk about Jiminy Cricket, and now they want me to do something. And I don't know what to do. Incidentally, if you go to my website, eddiecarroll.com, everything's on there. My schedule page of where I'm going to be appearing is Jack Benny all over the country. Background on it. There's a little Jiminy in there. If you hit Jiminy, you'll go to his website. If you want to order pictures, signed autographs, and all that kind of thing, everything's on the website. Incidentally, over the years, all of his character voices, Bill Corner, the voice of Lumpy, and myself, and all of the character people, often when we're invited to appear at these things, people want signed pictures. And it's one of the few areas where the character voices have a chance to make a little extra money because there's not that much work in terms of professional work coming in. So we don't mind. You get a signed picture, we make a few dollars. But today, what I wanted to do, normally my pictures online are $29 plus shipping, in person 24, but it's Christmas, and I'll bring a whole bunch of stuff at that table, $20 anything you want. I've got all the variety of stuff that's back there in case you want to have some signed pictures for gifts for Christmas. If you have cameras and want to take a picture, just come on up and take all the pictures you want, or pose, or do everything. We're just here to have a good time today. All right, folks? So, anyway, I also want you to know that any of the money that's gained from the sale of this picture, most of it goes to the St. Jude Hospital for Children. And the reason for that is those children are suffering with various forms of cancer. My wife is a cancer survivor. I'm currently fighting it with chemotherapy and radiation. So that's very close to my heart. I just wanted to share that with you. Okay? Anyway, it was good to meet you all and to see you here today. Thank you for coming, for Judy inviting me to be here for you today. I'm going to be in that corner booth over there. Tomorrow we say hello, take a picture or whatever. I'd love to meet you. Thank you.
Thank you so much. And our next guest of honor. Our next guest of honor, well, what can I say about him? He is, he's someone who truly